Homegrowners, welcome back to the music show that loves you so much. We are bringing you not just music, but inspiration so you can help your music take off as well. Right now, I have the man behind his own record label, Vezi from Langa is in the building. And let's just give him a nice little round of applause. Vezi, welcome to Homegrown! Woo, 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 woo. Now, we absolutely loved your live performance and the members part of your performance. Talk to us about what your journey has been like leading up to you being the musician that you are today.
It's a rich history, so it'll take forever to say, but yeah.
We have loads of time.
So I grew up in Langa as a kid. My mom, dad Eastern Cape, mom Zulu. So you can imagine already, I had a multicultural family growing up. Then coming to Langa, came at a young age. And grew up there. Obviously, I have the same story as every youth in Langa. I started gangsterism, doing stuff that are wrong, everything. But luckily for me, I found cricket. So I'm a sportsman, so I played cricket for a long time. And that took me to travel the country. I went overseas more than once. I've been to every province in Cape Town. In South Africa, I don't have a province I haven't been to yet, through sports and everything. So that then afforded me bursaries and scholarships to study in private schools. Then went to Stellenbosch University, graduated political science, and then. But again, when you're a black kid, you don't have much options at home. So I had to take the bursary option, but inside I knew I was an artist. So while I'm studying, I'm fighting my demons inside. I'm like, I want to make music. So whenever I found gaps in between, I made music. But then when I graduated, I took an oath to myself, I'm going to fully pursue my passions.
Wow.
And that's the whole story in a nutshell. Yeah.
That is a really, really cool story, very inspiring. And I can see you've always had that confidence, you've always been ambitious, and you've been a poet as well since high school. So how did that transition into rap, into you deciding you want to do this forever? Because you could have been an athlete, right?
Was there? I mean, it wasn't that easy. It was a thing of obviously being in a private school, there's no hip hop. So for me, the only way I could kind of do my hip hop was to join poetry slams, poetry competitions. So I didn't know I was actually rapping at that time. I just kind of I was doing it in a poetic way, but I was still writing my verses and my story. And obviously the infrastructure, they supported poetry, so they uplifted that side. And then I would later on then add the instrumentation and the production and making it music, yeah.
So does this mean you were that kid that was freestyling all the time?
Every time.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I started ciphers with white kids. There's a post on Facebook somewhere, I don't know if it's still there, but it was me in this lawn, at a wine farm, you can imagine. And it's just me and my boys just rapping to a ukulele, imagine. So yeah, that's kind of how everything started off, yeah.
Sure, that sounds amazing. And definitely the creativity, taking a hold of your creativity is what we need to pursue our careers and help our careers succeed. You started a record label to help your career.
Yeah,
talk to us about what that journey's been like.
It was a tough journey, because I didn't create the record label out of I wanted to. It's necessity, right? It's coming out of varsity, being educated also helps you sometimes. So I did research. Okay, how can I do this thing? Then I understood that I had to kind of be a business to operate in a way to compete with other people. And that's kind of where the idea came from. Okay, what is a business in music? Because it's not the same as a company, in corporate industry. So now I learned how that looks like. Who do you need? What are the requirements, to even sustain a record label? And that's how I then self-trained myself I went to Bridges Academy for Music to go and study 6 months. Did a lot of courses in between, did live music. So I did a lot of stuff in a space of 2 years. And then while doing that, so most of the guys, Indonesian guys, are my family. And they were also making music, so it was easy to pull them in the gigs I was doing, and then we recruited then other people to come in. So I kind of laid the blueprint for them to kind of do their thing.
A family of music, that's amazing. Plus, speaking of the variety of things that you have going on that make you you right now, studying political science as well, that is a very different route to what you do. Talk to us about that and what made you go in that direction of study.
I think because again, being a poet, we are people who like to study and learn things, right? It's you have to have resources to write something. Yeah. So being someone who's inquisitive and stuff like that, I love to read, I like to listen to stories. So at school, I excelled in history a lot, which made sense, right? I like to consume knowledge and I like stories and learning about everything about history. So then, when I passed in high school, when it was time to apply for varsity, when I looked at the credits, they tell you where you're gonna go. So I was like, oh, okay, political science makes sense. So then that's kind of how I chose political science.
Okay, so that was the choice as well, and talk to us about the support from your family, because I know some people, especially in Indian families, they're forcing you to go study something that sounds as serious as political science, not to be a rapper. So talk to us about your support structure and what it's been like to tell people, you know what, I can do this and I can succeed at it. So yeah, what was that like?
Yeah, crazy story. So with that one, it was like a total 360 because, like you say, when I'm doing school, I'm playing cricket, everyone loves you, right? You're the superstar.
Yeah.
Yo, like next South African player, blah, 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 everything, you know? So when I did a whole 360, yo, like everybody changed on me. Like even my mom, like no one wanted to see me. Like they even gave me 3 months, like grace to be like, I'm gonna change. I'm like, guys, I'm not changing. This is it, you know? To a point where I then left home. Like I went to go build like, which is a shack. I went to go build myself a shack. Stayed there for a whole year. And that was kind of my like, I don't know, like again, validating my oath to myself. Like, listen, I've done this for you guys for like 10 years. Like the least I can do for myself is to do this thing. So I went as far as building a shack for myself. Bought myself equipment. It was bad. Like it looks beautiful now, but at that time, like I was living in a shack with no electricity.
So you were making music in a shack?
We still are, by the way. Everything you're hearing today was made in a shack, by the way, just saying.
Wow.
Yeah, like we that good. Like, no, like we that good.
But that just shows you, and that shows people that we can be resourceful. We don't always have to wait. We can also do it ourselves. Talk to us about the challenges in getting to that point of pushing yourself to just be passionate and ambitious enough to put a shack together and start your music, because it takes a lot of guts, especially when people are telling you, or you don't always have people on your side or the support that you want. I mean, we've all experienced it. I mean, families love us and they do it out of love. But when you follow your calling, it can be very, very hard. What were some of the challenges that you overcame, and advice maybe that you have for homegrowners out there on how to overcome those challenges?
Oh, that's a mouthful. Damn. I don't know. I think like, I mean, it's not easy. There's not like one answer to that, but I really genuinely believe like, I'm very in tune with my spirituality.
Yeah.
So for me, like it wasn't even that's why also I tell artists like, do you really want to do this thing, or is it like something you just feel like doing it? Like for me, like this thing like is in my DNA.
Yep.
Like it's in my blood. So I always knew like, even if I don't make it to be maybe the rapper I want to be, I will still succeed somehow, somewhere. You know what I mean? Like that's what I believed in, because like I was really passionate about this. And also like there's a revelation I got in my life at some point was like, obviously when you're going through tough times, you question your belief like so much. So I had so many questions, but one that stood out for me was the question of like asking yourself like, why do you want to be a rapper? You know what I mean? Like why? Like why is that? You know, and that came back to me looking at school, looking at cricket, was that I'm just looking for a vehicle to spread whatever I need to spread in this lifetime. And in anything, and that's why like I feel like in anything I do, I excel. It's not because I'm gifted or talented, it's because I'm carrying the passion within myself. So whatever situation I'm putting in life, I can literally make that happen. So that's what I would say to people is like, it sounds cliche to say find your passion, but honestly speaking, like passion for me can drive you further than money can. And even family sometimes, like my passion took me so many places, so yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very well said, because it's very, very true. Like sometimes we need to do that, and sometimes it gets a bit difficult, but you need to remember that it's your calling and you have to follow your calling. So yeah, no, I think it's a very, very beautiful story. We're going to continue this chat. And since we're a music show, we want to know from you, speaking about your upbringing, what song do you think best represents your upbringing?
Best song, have you ever heard of Voom Voom?
Voom Voom.
No?
Who is this by?
Listen, I'm gonna take you on Voom Voom right now. It's by
Okay.
Brown Dash.
By Brown
Boom,
Dash.
and Briggs. Voom Voom, that's the one.
Okay, some homegrowners may know it, but let's hear it. I want to hear Voom Voom by Brown Dash. Let's go.
Sure.